Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Holly and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what I actually used in my hospital bag. This is for my second child and it was during COVID and it was an unmedicated birth, and I feel like I packed just the right amount of things and everything that I needed. So if you're looking for some advice as to what to bring, this could be the video for you. I brought everything to the hospital in a wheeled carry-on. I really liked taking a carry-on because I felt like I could fit every single thing into it and it could be rolled. When you're in labor and when you have a baby and all these things, you just want something easy that you don't have to carry a ton of other things. So I really liked that you could roll it, and I really liked I could fit everything in it. I didn't have to worry about bringing multiple bags. And so this had everything that I needed. And in order to keep it organized, I brought these organizing luggage cubes, and I really liked these because I could fit all of my stuff into one, all of baby stuff into another, and like my essentials into another thing, and it just kept everything very organized. When I was asking my husband to grab something, he knew where it was, and so I highly recommend bringing some of these and packing that way for the hospital. All right, so the way I'm going to be taking you through what I packed is just how my hospital experience went. So I did most of my laboring at home because I wanted to have an unmedicated birth. And so while I was home, I used a lot of clary sage, which is awesome essential oil because it continues to keep the contractions strong and keep them going. So I used this, I would smell it, I would rub it on my belly, and I also would diffuse it. If I was in the hospital, I would definitely still bring this because things can die down when you are transferring to the hospital, and it's a great way to just keep your contractions strong and keep yourself progressing. I also made sure that I was always drinking a ton of water so that I was continuing to be hydrated and have the energy that I needed. And so I brought my own water bottle, and I highly recommend you bring one. The hospital is going to give you one, but in my case, it wasn't a great water bottle. It didn't keep my water cold for very long. This is 28 ounces, and I think the one they gave me was also 28 ounces. So it wasn't like overly big or anything. Anyway, I definitely would just bring your own water bottle, something that you like, that you can continue to drink water in. I also brought these liquid IV packets. I had them in my water on my way to the hospital, and I also had them in my water while I was laboring and then after delivery as well. It just flavors your water. It's an electrolyte mix, and so it's going to give you energy. It's going to really help your body absorb all that water and give you, a little boost of energy that you need. I also brought some snacks. When you are in labor, a lot of times they don't like you to eat, especially if you're getting an epidural. But I was able to eat just a couple of nuts, and that helped give me a little bit more energy as well. And so I would recommend bringing snacks even after you're giving birth. During COVID, you can't really leave the hospital a lot. It kind of depends on your hospital's policies, but my husband couldn't really leave, and I couldn't obviously leave. It was nice to have some snacks. I brought some nuts and some fruit snacks and some granola bars and some chocolate because you deserve some chocolate after giving birth. And so I really liked having my own snacks there that I could grab whenever I wanted. Before I left for the hospital, I made sure to be wearing what I wanted to be laboring in while at the hospital. With my first, I didn't think about that, and so I ended up just wearing the gown that they gave me and nothing else underneath. And this led to me being fully exposed all the time, and it wasn't my favorite. And so this time I made sure to wear this nursing bra, and it's just a sleep nursing bra, and it's super comfortable, and it was a pack of 3 on Amazon. I can link them below. They are comfortable and pretty cheap, so if they did get gross, I didn't have to worry about it. I felt very covered up, and so I wore that on the top half and then nothing in the bottom because you don't need anything while you're laboring and everything like that. So, but it did keep me feeling a little bit more modest to have something. So I wore that to the hospital, and then I packed an extra one as well, just in case I wanted it after I gave birth. As for electronics, I brought myself my earbuds. I really like these because I could listen to my affirmations or music while I was laboring. And so I recommend bringing earbuds even if you are getting an epidural, because if you get an epidural, you're probably going to be there for a while. And so it's nice to listen to something. I would also bring a laptop, your phone obviously, and a pretty long charger so that you can plug it in anywhere and still be able to use it. I also just wore these shoes to the hospital. I was fine wearing just slippers because you're walking around the hospital and walking to and from the car. So I was good wearing slippers, and they were comfortable while I was in the hospital, and I didn't have to worry about bringing multiple shoes. So once you give birth, you definitely need some time to just relax with your baby, take a nap because you're probably exhausted. And so I just wore most of the time my nursing bra, and I put on a robe over, and I really liked the robe that I grabbed. It is a lightweight robe, and it covered everything up, and it's black, and it was awesome. I used it for both of my births, and I most of the time just had the robe on right after because they're going to be checking on your stomach all the time. They're going to be checking on your bleeding, and you don't want to worry about anything on underneath. So I just wore my nursing bra and the robe for the first few hours after giving birth. And then after that, they are going to be giving you mesh panties and a humongous pad. They'll give you Tux pads. They'll give you Dermaplast spray, which I have, and they'll also give you these cold packs that are gonna freeze and help everything feel good down there. So I used those when I was in the hospital. I didn't bring any of my own because they already have them, so you don't need to worry about bringing your own. What I did bring of my own for the taking care of everything down there was more natural things that I knew would really help me. I brought this Earth Mama Perennial Balm and this Earth Mama Perennial Spray, and I was really glad that I did. Both of them are very cooling, very soothing, and I really enjoyed just having them in the hospital. Of course, you don't have to bring them. You can just use them when you get home, but I really liked them, and it was just a luxury that I didn't bring with my first that I was really glad I brought with my second. Another luxury thing that I didn't bring with my first, but I wish I had, was this Freedom Mama peri bottle. The hospital is going to give you a peri bottle, but this one's just a lot easier to use, and it's pretty cheap, so I'd recommend just grabbing it. You can use it when you get home as well, and it's just a nice thing to have. I also really liked bringing my very own Depends diapers. So they give you the mesh panties with huge pads, and you guys, they're so uncomfortable. I guess some people like them, I don't know, but they're just a hot mess trying to get up and down and make sure the pad is in the right place, and it's so uncomfortable. So after a few hours of giving birth, I just put these on and I wore these the rest of the time. I didn't bring any other underwear. I just wore these, and it works so well for me. So I highly recommend just bringing some of these, even if you just bring a couple and just see if you like them, because you don't know what you like until you've given birth. These for me were the most comfortable, and you didn't have to worry about literal underwear, and you didn't have to worry about their mesh panties. So I recommend just bringing, like 4-ish of these. So once I was ready to be a little bit more covered up, I put on this nursing robe, and I really liked this nursing robe. I had it for both of my kids, and it's so easy to nurse your baby because it just comes undone. You don't have to worry about wearing a bra with it, and you can just wear this and the robe and you're good to go. They can still check your stomach and your bleeding because it lifts up really easy, and going to the bathroom is really easy because you don't have pants to deal with. So I highly recommend bringing a nursing gown. I was only in the hospital after I gave birth for 24 hours. I don't like to stay there very long. I know some people do, but I don't love hospitals, and I like my own bed and I like my own space. So I just stayed there for the 24 hours after giving birth. And so I didn't bring any other clothes. If you do think you're going to be staying longer, if you're having a C-section or something, then I would recommend bringing just another pair of pajamas. You could bring the button-down pajamas so you can just button and easily nurse, or bring another nightgown. Once I was ready to shower and get myself a little bit more ready, I loved bringing my own shower supplies. I didn't worry about bringing my own towel because you're going to get blood on it, and I mean, their towels are tiny and scratchy, but it wasn't a big deal for me. If it's a big deal for you, then I would say by all means bring your own towel. I did bring some lip balm and some lotion. I get really dry at the hospital, and so I recommend bringing these things. This lotion also smells really good, and so it just smelled great. It just made me feel more comfortable and at home. I was able to put all of my essentials into here. I just brought my shampoo, conditioner, and face wash, and was able to also bring a brush, toothpaste, toothbrush, and just basic makeup essentials like my concealer, mascara, and my eyebrow pencil. And that's all I really used. And so if you think you're going to use more or less than that, I would just think about how high maintenance you are, and if you like know yourself and you're like, I better bring a little extra, then bring some extra. And if you know you don't wear makeup, then obviously don't bring any makeup. I would recommend though really bringing your own shampoo, conditioner, just because taking a shower there is so nice. Like seriously, like the best thing about giving birth is the shower afterwards. I mean, besides getting a baby, but just that shower afterwards is so cleansing. It's so refreshing. So I highly recommend showering at the hospital, even if you're only going to be there the 24 hours like I was. And it just feels really nice afterwards. So bring some shower essentials. For the comfy items, I personally like to bring my own pillow, my own blanket, my own socks. I think the hospital give you socks, but I didn't like them. I brought this Barefoot Dreams blanket and I really loved having it. It just made me feel at home. It made me feel comfy and cozy, and that's just what you need after giving birth. I also brought these socks, and I just brought one pair of socks because I feel like I didn't need a ton of them. If I did want to walk around, I would wear my slippers for the most part, but sometimes my feet did get cold, and so I put these on, but most of the time I wouldn't really wear socks. Okay, for baby things, you really honestly don't need a lot because the hospital is going to supply basically all of the baby needs. So what I brought for the baby was a onesie, a long sleeve onesie, just an easy thing to slip on. You can cover their hands. I really like these onesies. I just got these on Amazon. I also brought this little outfit, just pants and a top, and just this zippered onesie. So I brought just 2 outfits for him and then just one onesie, and that was more than enough. I also brought a hat so that his head could be warm. You can also use the hospital hats. The hospital also has little shirts. I didn't bring any diapers or wipes because I knew that the hospital would have those. I didn't bring any burp rags because the hospital would have those. And everything that you need, really, the hospital is going to have. I also brought a fluffy blanket because my son was born in the end of November, so I wanted him to be really comfy and really warm. And then I brought one swaddle blanket, and that was all I used, and that was definitely more than enough when it came to the baby. For going home, I recommend just wearing something really comfortable, oversized. You are not gonna fit into your old jeans, your old pants yet. You still look 6 months pregnant. So I brought just this comfy sweatshirt that says Mama on it. I really liked this, and just some black joggers that match. And I felt cute, I felt comfortable and warm, and so that's what I wore going home from the hospital. I'd recommend just staying comfy because you are literally just leaving the hospital and going home to rest with your baby. Don't overthink it too much. Really just bring the essentials, and I promise you, you're not gonna miss like all the other things. My first baby, I brought a boppy, and it was definitely, I didn't need it. And I brought way too many clothes and another pair of shoes. Just don't worry about all of the extras. Really, it's gonna be fine, especially if you're only there for the 24 hours like I was. Even if I was there for 48 hours, you really don't need too many things. All right, so that was everything I took with me to the hospital and what I actually used in my hospital bag. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope that you gained some advice and some things that you could pack. And if you have any questions, please comment down below and I will be sure to answer them. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys join my little family. And I hope that you all are having a fantastic day. Bye.